So we had a little bit of rainfall last night. After more than 5 days without rainfall, we are in mid-June, and the rain this year have been really epileptic in nature. You might have a rain today, then before we might see rain again, probably till like 4 to 5 days, and farmers are really suffering. Thankfully, thanks be to God, last night we had a little bit of rain, so I'm about to go on a little farming stroll and to check out some few things. First, I need to go and feed my chicks because it's 6:15, so I need to go and feed my chicks. Then I'll go and check my habanero pepper seedlings to see if they've started germinating. Today is day 3 since I planted them, so I want to go and check if they've started germinating. Then I have to go to my maize farm to go and see the level at which they have sprouted. Then since it rained today, I'm expecting someone to start making ridges for my pepper, my chili pepper farm. So I have to go over to the other side also to check if he has started. If he hasn't started, then I'll need to contact him to come and start, because we've already made a deal. I forwarded a part payment for the person, so I'll be expecting him to start today. So follow me on my little farm rounds this morning. Let us see how today will go. So this is just an empty room where I keep my 4 chicks. I bought them recently, so this is where I keep them. Here are my 4 chicks. As you can see, it seems as if this part of the enclosure is soaked with water, so probably maybe there's a leakage somewhere up here. I need to do something about it now that I've seen. So maybe probably they might have come to this other side. Yeah, they're hungry. Chickens don't eat food if they don't see lights. So they need lights so that they can see what they are eating and drinking. But I need to come and fix this whole thing and find a solution to the leaky roof. I don't want the whole place to get wet. It's not healthy for them. The more wet the place is, the more uncomfortable. So first thing I do whenever I come here in the morning is to open up this window. Yep, I open up the window, and I'll open up this one too. Yep, that's one. And I also open up this one. So this is to ensure that there is sufficient ventilation for my chicks. This, as I've said earlier on, this is just an abandoned room. It's a security house, but no one sleeps here. I need to feed them now. I think I should top up their feed. So my chicks are 5 weeks old, and this is starter feed. I've been feeding them with starter feed. I got them at 3 weeks old, so I've been feeding them starter feed ever since, and I'm going to keep on feeding them with starter feed until they are 6 weeks old. Then I'm going to switch to growers. I'm going to mix it up with corn chaff. I'm running a semi-intensive method of keeping chickens, so I'm going to be feeding them with the food in the morning. Then I will allow them to roam, you know, to go out to forage on their own. So this is their starter feed, and I'm going to feed it to them and then top of their water. Now I don't used to give them plenty at a time because chickens can be very wasteful sometimes. So I'll just ensure that I put it just a little bit. I regularly check on them, so I'll give them now, then later on I'll come and top it for them. This is a feeder. Is a funny feeder, don't mind me. I made it from available materials I can source around. It's effective. If it is not broken, don't fix it. As you can see, this chick, she's using her beak to scratch off. I think this is a hen. This is a pullet, so I can't differentiate them right now. All I know is that I demanded for 4 chicks and they gave 4 chicks to me. But I hope that at least I should get 1 cockerel from these 4 chicks. I'll be very happy. You know, these are noilas actually, and they are 5 weeks old. This their drinker also is you know, there are lots of ideas on the internet that people give out. You know, if you watch them, you'll be inspired to also imitate. So I was inspired by a video on how to make drinkers and feeders from locally sourced materials, and I think I did a pretty decent job with my drinkers and feeders. So yep, don't come to my video and be saying, ah, this is not efficient, or will you be doing such? Come on, stop acting poor. You can purchase a feeder and a drinker. How much is a feeder and drinker? It's not about the price. I find an easy alternative, I choose it. I'm going to buy them a feeder and a drinker, or I'm going to use other locally sourced material to expand their feeder and drinker when they are growing. So whatever works for you, just do it. If you need to buy a feeder and a drinker from, you know, your local chicken stores, then go ahead and do it. I don't see any need for it. I have my hands and I can create all these things, so why not just do it? If you don't have time to do it, then go ahead and buy a local, or buy a feeder and drinker instead of using locally sourced materials to create them. So I need to go on with my farm rounds, but later on I'll just come and clean up this place. You know, I'll find solutions to all of this mess. But for now, I need to go on with my farm rounds. So see you later, chicks. So we are at the habanero pepper nursery. I made this nursery 2 days ago. Yeah, if you follow on my channel, you'll see the video that I posted online about this pepper nursery. Just simple to do, very easy. So I broadcasted habanero pepper seedlings on this bed. Then use these palm fronds to cover it. You know, it serves as a shade, you know, to protect the new sprouts of habanero pepper. Pepper, when they are sprouting newly, they don't like too much sun. So when the sun is too much on it, the pepper will not germinate well. So beneath these palm fronds are my pepper seedlings, and I'm going to just leave them off to see if they've started sprouting. I'm not expecting them to start sprouting now, but I'm still going to check anyway. I'm just going to leave just this part. From this part of the nursery, I can't see any growth yet. The seeds rather, are still scattered around. So, and it rained last night, so the ground is really moist, and that's a very good sign. So let's see. I'm going to give them a couple of days, but Come on. It shouldn't take up to a week before they will start sprouting. For sure. It's not my first time of doing pepper seedling, so I'm expecting them to sprout between now and the next 2 days. So I'll need to cover it back again and allow nature do what it does best. So I think that's it about this part. I've seen what I needed to see, so I need to go out now and check the other things. I'm on my way to my maize farm. I need to go and check it out and see the level at which it has sprouted. I'm really happy for this rainfall, honestly. I really needed the rain. Eye of all, eye for all, eye of all, any way you want to put it. I've been praying to God to give us rainfall, because maize really need rainfall in order to germinate very well, in order to thrive. And I prayed for rainfall, and God have answered my prayer and the prayers of all farmers, actually. So I'm heading to my maize farm to see. I planted the maize 6 days ago. Yeah, planted the maize 6 days ago, and we only had rain. I think we had rain 1 day after we planted. Ever since then, we haven't received any rainfall, but it rained last night, so hopefully, everything is going on well. I checked it yesterday. I only saw a few places that have started sprouting, so I'm going there to check it again. I'm going there to check it again today and now to see how far we've come. So let's go to my maize farm. So this is my corn field. Planted corn on this plot of land, and I'm excited because I can see some sprouts. Yep, they're definitely sprouting. This is 6 days, so I'm not expecting them to sprout, to an imaginary height that I'm having in my mind. But I think with this, let us see how it goes. This is 6 days, and my corn is sprouting. There are lots of sprouts all around, and yeah, I'm really excited. Oh my goodness, can you see that? Can you see that? This is corn. This stage of growth is very tender for them. I need to be extra careful. I need to be observant. I need to watch them. They are living things. I'm going to give my corn the optimal or the optimum care they need. How I care for them now will determine how they will feed me later. Of course, we are going to reciprocate the care. I'll care for them now, they will care for me later on. So I'm going to ensure that I look after them. So next stop, Pepperland. So the sun is up, and I'm heading to my other farm to see if the work on the pepper farm have started. The ridges. I've already called somebody to start tilling it, so I'm heading there right now to see if they've started the work. So I'm heading to the farm now, the other side, to check it out. The farm work have started. The ridges have been made, and then I'm just relaxing. It has been a very cold night. I have to take off my jacket, wear something warm. Now the sun is out. I'm just soaking in the light before before I will jet out. I've finished my entire farm rounds, fed my chicks, checked my pepper seedlings, check my maize farm, and now I just finished checking out this place that they are working on currently. Now the only challenge that we have now is the cattle. Where I'm farming currently, there are Fulani men around. Their cattle are still roaming. Imagine the time that cattle are still roaming around. We're having problem in the country currently. I think this is a case of terrorism. This is beyond Fulani farmers clash. I think it has passed that. This is a case of terrorism because I'm in Nursery state actually, but the neighboring states here, Benue State, have witnessed some of the most brutal, inhuman terrorist attack recently. More than 20 local governments in Benue State have been attacked. Makes you wonder, like, what is the case? What is the way forward? Many people have brought about their own suggestions as to what they think the government should do in order to, stop the incessant killings. But still, I think this issue have passed, or is more than what the government can carry. This have to go down to the individuals. This have to go down to the community, because this thing now is the responsibility of the community. The Nigerian government cannot deploy an entire Nigerian police force or the entire police in the country to a particular state. They will not even be sufficient. We don't have that amount of police officers in the country for a particular state. So I don't know. It's really, really disturbing. So back to the cattle. I think they will be here for a while because people are farming, and the more people are farming, the more the land will be choked up. There won't be enough grasses for the cattle to feed on. So definitely they will have to move their cattle away. They will have to take them somewhere. But still, we can't wait for the Fulani people to move before we can go on to cultivate, to farm our lands. We just have to start. So that my other farm, that there are no Fulani cattle around there, and that one is easier to monitor because it's closer to where I stay. But here, this pepper place, and this is the reason why I'm actually farming pepper, because it's a little bit far away from my land and it's pepper. Cattle don't eat pepper. I'm careful enough not to plant something that is edible, it's delicious for the cattle. Things like maize, things like guinea corn, things like beans. That's why I'm choosing this particular plot specifically to farm my pepper. So I'll be planting my chili pepper here, and if there's any other space left, I'll plant habanero also. The only problem that I will have here, it's not even animal issues. It's not Fulani or their cattle issue. It's human theft. It's theft from fellow human beings. People don't like to work. So, and when you don't work, what do you think will happen? You will indulge yourself in some activities that even you don't like. Even you it's morally wrong, but because you don't have a choice, you just have to indulge yourself in. So my only concern here is because the farm is a little bit far away from where I stay, and I won't be able to look out for the place all the time. But aside from that, I think my pepper will do well here, and as time goes on, you will see less cattle around, and then everybody will farm. Everybody will be green and lush with crops. This is my farm rounds for today. Stay tuned for the next.